Hey, welcome back to how to launch your first AI SaaS business step by step for beginners by me, Matt Webley. This is part 2. There's the disclaimer. I'm not promising any money, but honestly, this is the best business model you could ever imagine getting into in 2025, 2026, and 2027. And the window may well be closed. Who knows? AI is moving that quick, but there's never been an opportunity to make a life-changing, passive, faceless, single person, hardly any investment needed. This is a free course, business opportunity you've ever seen. This is the best. I don't know if that made sense, but this is the best one you've ever seen. It's the best one I've ever seen in over 2 decades of me selling online. I've done everything online. Nothing matches this for the pure scalability and money making potential that you can make as a normal person using AI and AI agents to do everything that you couldn't do yourself a year ago, but now you can, and barely anyone knows about it. This is an AI gold rush. So let's get started. In part 2, we're going to actually build your AI SaaS MVP using the AI and AI agents. If you want my most up-to-date tools, I'll make sure they're linked below in the description. AI is moving so quickly. By the time I finish this video, it's probably all changed. That doesn't mean the concept's changed. Concepts will likely be the same, but the tools we use might have changed by the time you watch this. So I'll make sure that I leave the most updated, recent best tools in the description below. Right, so let's build it. Let's drop right into it now. Right, so I'm here in ChatGPT. I've just handwritten this prompt. This is to create a PRD, which is a product requirements document, and we use that in Replit, which is my agent of choice, to essentially create the MVP, or minimum viable product, or at least the startings of it. So in this case, I'm building a tool that's going to help you come up with ideas for your SaaS business. But this is no different to if you were creating a tool for whatever you decided to create a tool on. So let's do that. So I'm going to enter this. I'm going to hit go. You can pause it if you want to read what it is. But we're going to take this PRD and we're going to enter it into Replit. I covered this in the last video and going over the basics, but I'll just pause this and come back when it's done. Okay, so the beauty of this is I'm not even going to read this. I much prefer the iterative style of just banging something in and then iterating on it real time in the browser, because you can do that now. I just find that style of vibe coding suits me best rather than super duper planning it. So I'm not even going to read it, right? So I'm going to head over to Replit. So Replit is our AI agent that is going to build your software for you. So without going through all of it up front, because you don't want a Replit tutorial, I'm just going to paste my PRD into this box. There we are, and I'm going to start chat. So now it's going to literally start working on it. So Replit, I've got a link for it down below. If you've not already got Replit, there's $10 worth of free credits. If you use my link, you get $10 and I get $10, but most people click through and don't actually sign up. So trust me, if I make a Starbucks a month, not that I'm on the coffee anymore, but if I make a Starbucks a month out of it, I'll be shocked. But yeah, and anyway, I don't even get the Starbucks, do I? I just get Replit credits. But I'm just going to pause this whilst it's working, okay? So the agent is just working as we speak. Right, so that took a little bit longer than I was expecting. I don't know, maybe there's a Replit issue for, maybe they're getting swamped with people like me making apps. Okay, so this is Replit, just the idea part of it where you just plan it up front. So I can change the plan. I've not even read the plan, so I can build the entire app or I can start with the design. Essentially, kind of, this is a bit of a hybrid. It does more than just start with the design. And yeah, I'm not going to build the entire app in case it's absolutely not what I want. So I'm clicking start designing. It uses Agent 3. In this tutorial, in this course, I'm actually going to show you a hack how to drop your costs to next to nothing. So all of this is the agent window, right? So this is Agent 3. You speak in natural language here. You can make, test, iterate, and then this is the preview window. So this is what you see in the browser as a user, if you like. So this is the user interface or UI. So all we do is this right now. This is it's start designing from the PRD that I entered, and then I can just put instructions into this little box. But look, I can build, make, test, iterate, plan, ask questions, plan your work, or edit specific elements. That's not available right now. I think it's because it's not actually got anything to edit because it's got no UI yet. But so that should come live. And you've got these little agent tools here. Look, you've got app testing, which is runs autonomous tests to verify app functionality, keep enabled for optimal results. Autonomy level. So you can change your autonomy level. Quick human in the loop building experience, generates and executes on task lists. So does very little. This one reviews latest code changes and fixes issues found. High is expands review scope to entire app. And max plans. Okay, I'm not going to put that on. That's basically Skynet. That's like T2 stuff. You click that, it's going to download into your brain, upload you to a server, clone you 1,000,000 times, and then turn you into a slave of AI or something. So so there's them, and then you can click other here. High power model, you can click this on. Costs an absolute fortune. It's 5 times the cost of the agent because there's a usage fee. So as I'm using this, the agent will actually cost me money. You put this on, it costs you 5 times as much. But generally speaking, if you're struggling with something, the Replit Agent 3 can't fix itself. Often turning this on will fix it. So this is worth using as a tool should you be struggling with anything, okay? So image generation generates images with AI web search, right? Okay, so there's a few little agent tools tucked away in that little thing that are quite cool. So I'm probably going to pause this and let it build it out. It's literally building it, and you don't need to watch all that. But just generally speaking, from this preview window, if you've finished your app, you can publish it to the web here, and it will host it within Replit. It deploys it, it manages the server, it does everything, right? So that can make it live. You can attach a domain name to it and all that jazz, right? So that's that. This is the window where you talk to the agent. This is the preview window. Now there are other things you can do. You can click this, look, and it opens up database, auth, security scanner, assistant, which is a bit rubbish, console, Git, shell. Now none of this needs to matter to you. You're a beginner. Like, this course is for beginners, so I'm just going to close that for now. And I think maybe we are getting there. We are getting there. Okay, so I'm going to just pause it, and you won't see the pause, but I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so that's basically just been running for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes or whatever it is, and it looks like it's built the beginnings of my app that I've asked for. Now this is what's happened. So this is like 7 minutes ago. So it started doing all this. This is the agent just working away. I've done nothing to this point. Now it's asked me to add my API keys for OpenAI. So I've built AI SaaS idea evaluator with a clean minimal design featuring the Poppins font and white background as you requested. The prototype walks through all 4 steps with mock data. What do you think of the design? Let's add your API keys to get everything working. So APIs are basically how two softwares talk to each other. It's like a communication bridge between 2 different softwares, right? So APIs are what you're going to use to give your app superpowers without creating those superpowers with code yourself, if that makes sense. So you can do all kinds of things by hooking in an API. So you could get your app to send emails by hooking in an API from, say, SendGrid or Resend. So SendGrid and Resend are email kind of API providers. So you can get email functionality adding into your app by adding that API into your app, right? So why is this important? Well, one, you don't want to have to build the functionality of being able to send email into your app when somebody else has done it really well and either free or very, very, very cheap. Because, for example, sending email isn't as easy as just, well, I'll just send an email from Gmail or whatever. Like email providers look at all kinds of things with regards to something like email with regards to deliverability. So sending an email doesn't mean that email is going to end up in someone's inbox. And if it's not in their inbox, they'll never see it. Because the like Gmail and these email providers look at things like sender reputation and spam score of the message itself and all kinds of things. Now, the business model of SendGrid and most big software companies in the world will use something like SendGrid. I think SendGrid might be the number one, in fact. But SendGrid, Resend, and these other email API providers, their entire business model is sending email and get it into their inbox and getting them read. So people will use these services to shortcut tons of like donkey work and difficult niche industry specific knowledge. Like, for example, making sure your emails get read is a thing in itself, right? And like you can hook up these APIs. In fact, let me just show you one. So I'm on Resend's pricing page here, okay? So transactional emails or marketing emails, look here, but right? So 3,000 emails a month is free, right? Free. And then when you're sending 50,000 emails a month, you're paying $20 a month. If you're sending 50,000 emails a month, it means you've got a lot of users. If you've got a lot of users, you're making good money. So you won't even care about the $20 a month. So why even try to create some robust email deliverability system and email thing yourself when you can just plug into this API? And whilst you've got a handful of customers or users or no users, just free users, well, 3,000 emails a month is basically like 100 a day or something. Like you're good. Do you know what I mean? So just like you'd hook something like Resend API in and let them deal with the email deliverability issues and all that stuff. So you get the superpower in your app with a simple text prompt without having to worry about any of the technical things. So a lot of the superpowers you're going to give your app are going to be finding appropriate data APIs or APIs that give you functionality like email. So we're back in Replit. And it's asking me, let's add your API keys to get everything working, right? And this OpenAI API keys come up with a value, right? So this is something that's in Replit, right? The AI agent we're using to build the software. It will keep secrets that are within Replit that you can apply to your different apps. So this OpenAI API key that it's asking for is because it wants to access, it knows I've got an API key for OpenAI, which is like ChatGPT really, and it knows I've got it saved as a secret in Replit. So it's saying, can I just use it? And if I click continue, it will install it. So you are 100% going to need some I see this as a digital brain, right? You're going to need OpenAI API or something like it, okay? And this is giving it the AI digital brain. So just like I showed you a minute ago, you can get email functionality by adding SendGrid or Resend or an email API into your app for basically free. You can get all of ChatGPT's brains, digital brains, to apply in any way you want, whether that's to write something, whether it's to understand something. All of the functionalities basically that you can get in ChatGPT or OpenAI products, you can access via their API within your app. So by adding the OpenAI API key here, I just click continue, but you'll have to set it up, but it's dead easy. I'll show you in a second. You get a digital brain in your app. So you can basically have AI powered apps by just adding the OpenAI key. Now you can add Claude into it, you could add both, you could add whatever you want. You can add any API you want into your software, okay? So anything you can find, any APIs with superpower functionality you can find online, you can basically add into your software to give your software instantly that superpower without having to build stuff or data harvest or scrape. You can basically add superpowers to your app instantly with this. So I'm just going to click continue, but I'm going to show you in another window. Just going to show you this. This is once you've already got your OpenAI API key in there. In fact, here we go. Keep iterating on the design or build functionality. So it's stopped now, but it's taken my API key. Let me just show you. Look, so with the agent, 5 minutes of work cost $1. So that it's usage-based pricing. It didn't start like this, but it is now. So the more you use it, the more it costs, right? So I'm just gonna, and for ease, this is the way to build your app, right? It's easy. It's all built into Replit. You don't have to do anything technical. You can literally build it, plan it, iterate it, bug fix it, deploy it, everything from within Replit. You don't need any other platform, which is awesome. Now, as I told you in the last course part, the first course part, we'll usually bounce off a couple of different LLMs. So we might bounce off ChatGPT and Replit, or we might bounce off Claude and Replit, or Claude and ChatGPT and Replit. They're a nice little trio suite, if you like, to get things done. But I'm going to show you like a hack shortly, and how to basically collapse these costs to next to nothing by doing things a little bit more technical. But let's stick with this for now, and I'll show you how it works. So I'm going to build the functionality, right? So I'm just going to click build functionality just to show you how this works. So now it's basically building this entire thing out, and obviously we've already added the OpenAI API, so it now has a digital brain. So it can think, it's creating the user interface. This is very basic. Anything you're going to create for a business, you're going to have a dashboard, and that's no more difficult to build than this. It'll build you a dashboard if that's what you ask for. I've not asked for that because I'm essentially creating a what you call in the marketing world a lead magnet. So one of the things that would stop somebody from deciding building an AI powered SaaS business was the right business model for them is not having an idea. Now, in my coaching, in my paid for coaching and mentorship, I help you come up with an idea, and I help you come up with the right idea, and I essentially rubber stamp it and say, yes, this is the right idea for you. It's commercially viable. It makes sense. So I actually help with that process. But somebody that's not doing my training, not working with me directly, I want to give them a tool that will help them come up with an idea, so they don't have to pay me for training. They can just build it in their own time, on their own, and all that stuff. So that's what this is. Now, a lead magnet is a marketing term for something that's useful, easily consumable within about 5 minutes, and you can capture email addresses with it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to add this to my mattwebley.com website, free resources, and it's going to be something that helps people overcome an objection to getting into this business, because there is no better business right now than starting an AI powered SaaS business. And obviously, if you could do that on your own, that's what this free course is about. But if you want help guiding you through this step by step, click by click, every step of the way, from someone that's sold over $23 million online and over $12 million in software as a service, then I can help you do that with my coaching program. I don't work with everyone. There is a bit of a selection process. I don't want to work with tire kickers, people that are like you're dragging through sand and all that stuff. But anybody can do this. Anybody can follow this course that I'm doing right now for free, and they can use this tool for free. Or that's the plan. I'll add this to the website, so you can come up with an idea. I've got a tool on there also to create PRDs, the product requirements document. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. But the process for this is no different if you was essentially creating a dashboard for, say, a B2B desktop SaaS app. So if you were looking to sell a software as a service to Amazon sellers or I don't know, fitness professionals or gym owners or dog grooming companies, small dog grooming companies, whatever. You can build a software for those people using this in this process, and it's no more difficult than what I'm doing now. I'm just building this because this is what I'm building, so I might as well capture it and create a free course for you, is what I'm thinking, to help you out. So basically, I'll stop yapping. I'm gonna leave the agent to build this out, and I'm gonna head over to OpenAI to show you the API keys, so you know how to set that up. Right, so how do you get to this OpenAI API thing? You just Google it. So go to Google, OpenAI API, and you can see here, overview, OpenAI API, and then you just click on it. Okay, so don't get worried about the technical stuff. Replit handles all of the technical stuff for you. All it needs is the API keys so that it can speak to OpenAI. So OpenAI will then be your digital brain, and your app can just talk to it. So what you would do if you've not got an OpenAI API account, you'd click sign up there. But if you have, you click log in. Okay, so I'm just going to enter my password into here. I'm trying to do this without doing any edits, so I'm pausing just in case anything comes up where I'm like, no, I've got to do an edit. Because if I can do this in one go by just pausing Loom when I need to, then I will. So I'm just going to enter my password and log in. Okay, so I do find some stuff related to coding and all this techie world stuff. However much they try and dumb it down, I do find they make it overly complicated for beginners and newbies. But don't get intimidated. You don't need to be. That's what I'm here for. So like, you look through all this, you're like, where do I start? It's not obvious. So just go to the search box and type in API keys. And then here you can see API keys, view and manage your API keys. Just click that. Okay, so you will come to the APIs keys page, which lists your different APIs. All you're going to do is you're going to create a new secret key by clicking this. So create new secret key. You're just going to enter a name here. So I'm just going to call it Delme, which is what I type when I want to delete it. But you can type in your Replit keys or your app name or whatever you want to call it here. That's cool. And then you're going to select project, default project. And then you're just going to create a secret key. Okay, so please save your secret key in a safe place since you won't be able to view it again. Keep it secure as anyone with your API key can make requests on your behalf. If you do lose it, you'll need to generate a new one. So don't worry about this stuff too much. We don't want to be splashing this key anywhere, right? You just put it in your Replit, save it as a secret or apply it to your app, whatever. And that's it. So you copy this, and over in Replit where it was asking me for my API keys, you would just say in Replit, if you were doing it for the first time, you would just tell the agent, I want to set up, literally in natural language, here, you would just put, I want to set up OpenAI API, and then it will ask you for a key, right? You enter that, you copy this, post it in there, and then that's it. You've got it. You basically set up at that point. So there you go. You see Delme, last used never. So if I was to use my secret key in the app, it would be using this key. But you can store it in Replit, like I say, and use it across different apps. So I'm going to delete that right now, so nobody can guess it. I don't think it showed the full key anyway, so nothing you can do with it. But yeah, I'm just going to delete that key. Okay, so let me talk to you about the pricing of OpenAI. Okay, so I'm in the billing section of the API thing. You can do a pay-as-you-go look, add to credit balance, or you can have auto recharge on or whatever. But basically, as people use your app and it uses OpenAI's digital brain for your app, you get paid for usage. So the pricing is here, look, and it's very, 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 very good. Like, it will change by the time you watch this, depending on when you watch it. There'll be different models and different prices and stuff, but it's very, 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 very good. So there's different prices for different models. If you was creating an AI powered SaaS at scale for a lot of customers, you're probably going to try and use a cheaper model. You don't have to use OpenAI. There's cheap Chinese models like DeepSeek, or like all the different digital brain AIs essentially at different prices. So you could really get cheaper. But look, GPT-5 is $1.25 for 1 million tokens, right? GPT-5 Mini, a faster, cheaper version for well-defined tasks, is like, what's that, like 20% of the cost for the same 1 million tokens, and then that's 5 cents for 1 million tokens. So if you were building an AI-powered SaaS for scale, so you're using tons of digital brain requests, if you like you're writing loads, or you're asking it to figure things out loads or whatever, and essentially it is the brain behind your app, then you would try to make the model, so these are called models, you would try and get the model that you used to be the cheapest one appropriate for that task. So if it's a really simple task that this one would do, then you would just plug this one in for that task. Now, you shouldn't do that. You should just use the best model. You're not going to have thousands of users like using loads of stuff. At first, you're barely going to have any users. And at first, you're not going to have any users. It's just going to be you. So like, plug the best model in, and then you can optimize that over time if you need to, because most people aren't going to get to tens of thousands of users. If you do, then that's when you start optimizing. Otherwise, you don't worry about it. You add your OpenAI key, and you let Replit use it. Done. Either way, the APIs are generally very, very, very cheap. There are some data provider APIs that are very expensive, but you don't have to use them. And the API providers will often, if you jump on a call with them, they'll often negotiate with you, because essentially, you're one of probably very few customers for your typical API provider. Maybe they've got 100 customers. That's quite good, actually. Maybe they've got 10 or 20 customers. There's not going to be many like ChatGPT that have got millions of customers, right? So typically you're speaking to either like a salesperson that's going to know the owner, or oftentimes the owner themselves for these small APIs. So you can usually do deals. Jump on a call, show them your vision, show them your software once it's built. I wouldn't tell them it's built with AI. There's nothing dirty about it or wrong about it, but I wouldn't tell them that anyway. They're going to take you more serious if they think you've spent 3 years building your app. I've got a client, he jumped on, I think it was 5 calls. Jack, he shared his story actually on my YouTube channel a few videos ago. But Jack jumped on about 5 calls with API providers, and not one of them called him out. They all totally bought into his vision and talked to him as like a legitimate SaaS founder, not as some kind of faker or something. So, and a lot of them are open to doing deals. They'll maybe do a different plan. So if it is an expensive API, don't give up on it. Just maybe reach out to them and see if there's something you can do to essentially create a smaller, cheaper version, maybe restricted in some ways, so that you can get that API into your software. But most APIs in this space are going to be really cheap. Right, so it looks like, I know it's still at it. So I'm just going to pause this. I'm going to pause the recording so don't end up too big a video, and we'll come back to it. Okay, so it's done. So there's 15 minutes of work in total. If I click this, you can see the usage. That's cost $2.86 to do that 15 minutes. But this is what it says it's done. Doesn't mean it has. But what's been built: complete front end flow, clean landing page with pop-ins font, blah, 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 4-step wizard, OpenAI GPT-5 integration, production ready back end, robust front end. So back end is like the logic and the code that goes on behind the scenes, and the front end is what the customer sees or what you see to actually visually interact with the app. So it's saying end-to-end testing confirmed. It's all looking good. There's lots of green ticks everywhere. So what we can do now is you can literally use your app. So you can either open it in a new tab there. I'll do that just to show you. So that opens it in a new tab. There we go. That's just a preview thing. So we use it like this. So start now. Here we go. So again, I only gave it a PRD and then it's built this all itself. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm going to tweak this loads, I'm sure. But it's done this without any interaction. You saw me. I gave it a PRD, which I didn't even read, and I gave it an OpenAI key. I don't think I did anything else. So let's try it anyway. What do you enjoy doing? I enjoy playing Star Wars battles, Lego battles on my iPhone, which is what I've been doing whilst I've been waiting for the agent. What skills or knowledge do you have? Launching 6, 7, and 8-figure online AI SaaS businesses. What industries do you know well? Online marketing, AI, SaaS, sales. What tasks do you find that this is going to throw it off in it? Playing Star Wars battles. What tasks do you find tedious or repetitive? Emails and admin. Hate it. What tools do you wish existed? A digital receptionist and PA that would do everything for me. Generate ideas. I didn't even spell it right, and that's the beauty of it. Okay, so failed to generate ideas. You exceeded your current quota. Please check your plan. Okay, so I've actually maxed out on my OpenAI plan without knowing it. So that's good to know. So I'm going to go sort that out, then I'll be back. Of course, this is why it's saying, yes, this is why it's saying this, which means my other lead magnet that I built, which helps you build a PRD, isn't working right now. So that's interesting. Oh, okay. Well, it's saying it's not working, but here I am. This is my other one that I built, and I've clicked AI suggest and it's working. So I don't know if it's using a Quota API or something else, or I've missed something because I'm doing this live. But don't worry, I'm going to recharge this bad boy anyway, and I'll be right back. Oh, there we go, look. It's just updated. -20, look. Why is my balance negative? So I think I literally must be filming this exactly when my credits run out. You can enable auto recharge, but I'm not interested in doing all that stuff. I'm just going to add to credit balance here. Okay, so there you go. I've added $100. So anybody worried about the API charges like running away with themselves, you can actually set monthly spends, look here, and you can pay as you go. So you can just load in as many credits as you want. Like I could have put $10 on there, but I've just put $100 on there. Why not? So yeah, so nothing to worry about there. Okay, so back to my new app. Error failed to generate ideas. You exceeded your current quota. Let's see if we can try now without refreshing or whatever. A lot of you building your SaaS app is debugging. So you might go, screwed up. No, that's what you're going to deal with mostly. Most of you building this is going to be you just working out kinks like that. So is it generating ideas or do I need to refresh? I'm not sure. We'll see. If I got to do it again, I got to do it again. But I won't make you watch this do this, just in case it's just going to keep spinning. So you'll see a jump cut and we're back. Okay, so it did work. It just took a while. It weren't too bad. It pretty much as soon as I paused it came up. So your personalized SaaS ideas. Already I don't like this, which is good because I can show you iterating it. Okay, but front desk AI, autonomous receptionist and inbox orchestrator, desktop first AI receptionist that triages, inbound email, trash replies, schedules meetings and qualifies leads while syncing with your CRM and calendar. So this is an idea. So let's click that one. Okay, 82 out of 100, excellent opportunity, found a market fit. So it's applied the question. So again, this is the digital brain that I'm talking about, and there's no bugs here. The only bug wasn't a bug, it was just me running out of OpenAI credits. So I'm glad I saw that. but yeah, it's asked me a bunch of questions, and it suggested this one: founder market fit directly aligns with the user's admin, email pain, and AI SaaS experience. So 9 out of 10 founder market fit. It's literally what I asked for, so that's a no-brainer. Market size: millions of small business, medium businesses and agencies manage inbound communications and scheduling. 8 out of 10. Urgency problem: inbox overload and scheduling pains are daily and disruptive, but sometimes tolerated. So yeah, so what they're saying is, look, everybody's got email. It's not as painful as something else. Like, if something was so mission critical you couldn't make money in your business without it, that would be a more urgent problem. But this one, it's like, they'll just kick the can down the road on the email. I won't look at my inbox today, I'll do it tomorrow. So it's not that urgent. So it's gave it a 7 out of 10, and made it orange. Frequency used continuously throughout the workday across email and calendar events. So it's something that you're going to use a lot. Willingness to pay: businesses pay VAs or tools to solve this, indicating strong ROI and budget. Yeah. Competition level, crowded adjacent spaces, email clients, help desk schedulers, increased competition. So I don't disagree with the analysis that it's made of any of this stuff so far. Speed to MVP, which is minimum viable product. This is the minimum product viable that you could sell. So LLMs plus Gmail, Outlook's calendar, CRM, APIs enable a fast functional version 1. So it's saying you can use an LLM, so large language model like ChatGPT, plus Gmail, Outlook, calendar, and plugging into CRMs, customer relationship management tools, APIs. Again, this is that word that's going to come up a lot in this game. So it's saying you can create an MVP really fast, fast functional version 1, by hooking up a digital brain, the LLMs, with the APIs of these different services. So you can plug into the API of Gmail, is what it's saying. Retention potential becomes embedded in communication workflows, increasing switching costs. So this is how well it will retain customers, how sticky your software will be. So once someone's signed up and they're using it and they like it, how likely are they to cancel? And it's green because they're likely to stay. AI leverage: LLM-based instant detection, drafting and agentic scheduling drive clear differentiation. So it's using AI, which is good. And B2B desktop preference. This is something I put in my PRD, which I should probably take out actually. So I'll edit this out and I'll tell it not to consider this as a preference, but pure B2B desktop web console use case. So yeah, 82 out of 100, excellent opportunity. An autonomous receptionist and inbox orchestrator. This would be a fantastic product. I'm not saying it's something that I would pick as my first AI-powered SaaS. If I've never built SaaS before, it might be a little bit intimidating for the first one, but maybe not. But these are all considerations. As you're using this, you can tweak it. So a B2B desktop preference. So nothing's broken. So let's click View Top Recommendation. Okay, it's giving target user, problem solve, revenue model type, stronger yeah, so that's cool. Look at that. That's good. That's good. That's all from a PRD I never read, and like that initial prompt and stuff. So that's good. Okay, so I'm going to play with this. So one of the things that I want to do, I just want to show you one edit. Usually things should be a bit more broken than this. So I don't really know what to do. Tell us about yourself. Help us. I don't really know what to do to show you an edit because it's pretty damn good out of the box, isn't it? Let's try and make it more aligned with my with this. Oh, it's even using the right colours. Is that the right blue? I think it is. I think it's pulled the right colours. Let me see if with a single prompt I can get it to pull this, pull my logo from this page and use it. Again, I'm doing this live, so this might be car crash bad, but I'm going to tell it. I have a logo at the top of my page here. I want you to download the logo, or just link to it, or no, I don't want you to download it. I want you to let it worry about how it's going to do it. I want you to put the logo at the top of my app. I want you to put that same logo at the top of my app. Now, I'm not saying this is going to work. This is dangerous for a live demo, I should say, but you know what, let's see what happens. Because you can literally screenshot stuff, drag it into the agent, or you can just tell it to do stuff and it'll do it. So let's see. I'll pause it while it works. Okay, it's still working, but I've unpaused it because look, I just saw that appear there. Okay. Okay, so it did it. Look, I'll add the logo from the website to your app. Let me first fetch the page to see the logo, then integrate it into your application. Perfect. I've added the logo to the top of your app. The logo now, please, blah, blah, blah. So basically, it's just done it, right? 1 minute of work, and just for interest's sake, that costs 44 cents. Again, shortly I'm going to show you, maybe in the next video actually, I'm going to show you how to collapse these costs to next to nothing. I'll do it in the next video, so this video don't end up too long, but you can take these usage costs and make them essentially gone. Right, I'll do that in the next video. Right, so while we're still using Replit, I want rid of this really, this AI SaaS idea evaluator. I don't want that text there. So remove the AI SaaS idea evaluator text, and I want my logo to be centrally justified, which is basically means in the middle. You could just write in the middle and it would know what you're talking about. So let's do that. And this is what you're going to do. It's literally use your app. If there's a problem, if there's a bug with it, you'll literally say, look, the app's not working. You'll tell the agent here, the app's not working. Look, it's just moved it. The app's not working. This is the error message. You can even copy and paste the error message in. If you're really struggling, you can open the console and copy and paste the message there oftentimes, or you can stop and start the server. Sometimes that will fix the bugs, but typically speaking, if there's a bug, tell the agent to fix it. That's it. And you might have to tell it a couple of times. You might have to tell it slightly differently. Failing that, you can turn that power mode thinking on, and that works. So now we've got, and we can test it in this window, look, we've got the app with the logo at the top. I don't want this line here. Remove the horizontal, I can't spell, dividing line from near the top of the pages, because I don't want that there. Just a aesthetics point of view. But obviously I can tweak how this works. Once I've used it a few times, I'll probably come up with things that go like, oh yeah, maybe it shouldn't do it like this. Maybe it'd be better if it did that, or I could add this, and I'll just tweak this, and I'll play around with it. I'm not going to make you watch that, because all you need is the skill set to be able to do this. So like that horizontal line went. So this is how easy it is. Remember, you are not the coder, you are the orchestrator, which is why anybody can do this now. Anybody can build their own app. Once I've built this out, if it's got a dashboard and you build the sales page and you hook it up to Stripe, you can do this all through this, and you go through a bunch of different kind of processes and stuff, test it for security. You do it all within the agent itself. It does it all for you. Don't need to be a coder, don't need to have any coding knowledge or anything like that. This is easy to do, and it actually gets really addictively fun. This process is really fun. Look how easy this is to do stuff. I've now got my logo there. I weren't messing around with folders or files or downloading anything or uploading things or file sizes or dimensions. Now I just told it to get the logo off this page and add it to that page, and it did it. It removed that dividing line. So it actually gets really creatively enjoyable. And even when you get a bug, that gets quite fun because you've got to debug it. But again, this is a beginner's course to show you how to basically build this out. And then once you've done that, you'll go to publish your app here. So you will create a URL. So So my app, Matty Boy. There we go. Available. So my apps, mattyboy.replit.app would be this if I saved it, and you can essentially hook up. You don't have to have it on replit.app. You can hook up a custom domain to it, and you can do that within Replit, or you can buy one through Namecheap and hook it up there. So at the end of this, you've got a fully functional, deployed app built just the way you want it, using natural language, just getting vibe coding, just going for it, right? And again, in the next video, I will show you how to hook up Claude Code and how to use Claude Code in Replit to make this cost go to next to nothing. So you can build out massive apps for very little money. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this video and you want part 3, I need to see 20 likes on this video, and I need 20 individual comments from 20 different people on this video. As soon as I get that, I'll make it my priority number 1 to create the next part of this course. So yeah, you've blown me away, honestly. Like, well done. You're a superstar in the making, and I don't say that lightly. I actually mean it, because most people won't make it past 30 seconds into the first part of this course. You made it all the way to the end of part 2. You are built different. Like, in a world of short attention spans whereby it's 2 second scroll, dopamine filled, burnt out, synapses, total mess, new generation, I don't know what they're going to do themselves. Like, you've got real staying power and stamina. So well done, honestly. Pat yourself on the back. To show your support and appreciation for this 100% free AI SaaS course that's probably better than most paid courses, please leave a comment. If I do say so myself, I know that's me being quite humble there. But no, honestly, like, I'm putting my all into this to try and make this actually useful and helpful. Please leave me a comment down below telling me what you thought of this course so far. It'll help me to help more people build their own AI SaaS business by getting me out there, hopefully with a little bit more algorithm, because my videos don't get many views. This one will get less than the first one, and I know that, and that's the game. It's okay, but anything you can do to help me, I do appreciate. So if you can leave me a comment, that helps a lot. 20 comments and 20 likes, I'll release part 3 of this free course within 24 hours, or I will start work on it basically within 24 hours and get it out to you as soon as I can. If you're interested in having me work with you live, you and me, one-to-one, building, launching, scaling your own SaaS business using AI with no code, no dev knowledge needed, no entrepreneurial knowledge needed. Just let me help you, guide you to build you a business, help you build a business. Check out the links below to book a call. And yeah, thanks for watching. And I'll see you in part 3. Yeah, appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot. Cheers.